So that was Caravan Palace. I don't know. I kind of prefer. Um, who was that other guy again? Perov Stellar.
He sounds Russian.
He does, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of ironic because since the song just was called Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Haha, haha. Anyways, um, so I'm gonna talk about home,
And so you will.
and so I will.
What about home are you going to talk about?
Well, let's find out. So, home in itself, it's quite a powerful word. I mean, it's a place where you can lower your guard and break free from the arena of everyday life. Um, I mean, some people identify it as different things. Some people think of it as their country. Some of them as their family, their home, their school. Although
Yeah, I can understand everything else except for school.
I mean, I feel like I live more at school than at home these days. So I don't know.
I think you're more conscious at school. Well, to an extent. Like you're in school, you're actively communicating with the community, but when you come home, you're probably sitting down doing more work for school. Don't get to talk to your parents
Yeah.
too much, and then you sleep for anywhere in between 2 to 12 hours.
Raphael. No. Bad Raphael. Don't sleep 2 hours a night, guys.
No, not me, not me. I'm good. I'm actually getting a decent amount of sleep. I'm disregarding homework for sleep now.
Sure.
I actually am.
Actually, yeah. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Exactly. That's the issue.
But yeah, I don't know if people identify with their school as their home. What do you identify as your home?
My home?
Yeah.
My house identify this lovely penthouse on the 16th floor.
You know what? I hate you.
I love
and
you too.
And everybody like you. Seriously? You think of the UAE as your house?
Yes, as my house. The
That's your
entire
house.
UAE.
Yes.
No, as my house, I picture the physical embodiment of where I'm at, and I can just kind of like let loose, and I'm more comfortable with. But my home, as the old proverb says, the home is where the heart is. So currently, my home is located left of my chest. It's kind of like
And what a
right
chest
there.
it is, Raphael. What a
thanks,
chest it is.
thanks, Al. But no, home is wherever I make it.
You know what? I think that's a pretty solid answer. I mean, I would have loved to ask Cedric as well.
Oh, I got you. Trying to think of a German accent.
Ja, das ist gut. Ich bin ein Berliner. Yeah, that's my best.
I think home is
I-
something like a place where you can go and then just relax.
That sounds nothing like
Sounds
Cedric.
Cedric doesn't even have like a freaking German accent.
I just realized, yeah. Anyways,
Oh.
we're getting off topic. So, for me, home is kind of a difficult idea to tackle. I mean, well, you know me, I'm Abel.
He's Abel. I figured it out, guys.
Shut up, Raph. I'm a French Norwegian. I was born in Belgium and raised in South Africa. So, yeah, I know, right?
You never told me that you were raised in South Africa.
Well,
In the 3 years I've known you.
well, I mean,
Screw you,
the,
man.
The more you know. I mean, I don't really particularly identify with any place. I mean, I'm genetically tied to certain places. Like, there's this one place in Norway, which is beautiful, by the way. I gotta take you there sometime.
Oh, of course.
But otherwise, there's no attachment to to speak of.
So there's nowhere where you just kind of, as you described, just feel relaxed and.
Well, there
Safe.
is my summer house in south of France, where I
Ooh.
go to during the holidays, and
Just your summer house in the south of France. Nothing much.
yeah, nothing else.
Very modest.
Yeah, well, modest. You're Mr. Modest as well, living on your 16th floor penta. Anyways,
You gotta work hard for stuff.
so that's my story, and it's also the story of a lot of people in our school. I think because as an international school, most people here aren't from the UAE.
Yeah, they're all
they've-
expats.
They've come from all over the world, and often from several places all over the world. Raphael, you're my golden example of this. Is there like a country that you're not from?
Yes.
South Korea.
You're North Korea.
North Korea.
That's about it.
That's about it.
No, but just Asian countries.
You genetic cocktail.
Exactly.
Delicious.
I am the pina colada of genetics.
Jeez. So we do count. For us at our school, nationality is a strong part of our
Yeah.
identity. Like even though we don't really identify
See
with the values of our countries, I mean it's sort of our brand, you know. Like there's that one French guy, and then there's that one, I don't know.
Norwegian guy, and then there's that one guy that's French and Norwegian.
Shut up, Raph. I'm trying to find a good example here, but I mean like, if you talk about somebody at Raha, you talk about who they are and
Where they come from, either genetically or...
you don't necessarily talk about it, but you take it into account when you think of them. I mean, it's just part of the way we view some people. Not necessarily in bad or significant matter.
Those French people.
Well, you know, nobody hates French people more than French people, so I'll have to agree with you there.
That's okay. I don't know how to take that.
But I mean, it's kind of, if you do think about it, it's not really that applicable. I mean, think of people based on their nationalities. I mean, we do it; it's inevitable. But if you think about it, it doesn't really matter because we've been born in different places, sure, but we've. I mean, I have at least. I've grown up in this school and in this country, so to say that I'm French or Norwegian at heart, that might not be true anymore. And the values of these two countries, I don't really particularly identify with them anymore. Well, I haven't ever.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the case for a lot of other people in this school, really.
This country.
Actually, yeah. Except those Emirati schools.
Oh, yeah.
You know those guys.
There are statistical anomalies.
Yeah. Wait, just pause it for a second.
It's very thought provoking, and I think it's nice to just kind of think about either where you're from or what you kind of think of yourself as a person.
Yeah, I mean, at least we can think of ourselves as from one place. There's a lot of people out there who just stop stroking my jumper, Raph. Eat your watermelon.
No, you eat your watermelon.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to eat the watermelon.
Put the watermelon in your mouth, Apple.
All right. I'll
You
eat
know
the,
you want it.
I'll eat the watermelon.
Delicious.
Scrumptious.
It's like deja vu.
We went completely off topic, didn't we?
Yeah, pretty much. That's besides the point.
I mean, where were we? Oh, right, identifying yourself with a country. I mean, if we go back to our idea of a home, if you don't really have any particular memories of a nationality, but you don't feel any particular attachment to the place you live, like, how do you deal with that when you think of where your home is? Like, taking into example, a lot of Arab youth living in Europe at the moment, their parents came all the way from the Middle East during times of conflict or war or starvation or whatever, and they went to these European economic powers to seek happiness and all the things that they couldn't find in their own home countries, and they do now feel a strong attachment. Like, I mean, if you think about it, the British Muslim population feel a stronger attachment to Britain than the native British.
Yeah.
So they're really happy about being where they are, and they strongly identify with us and with this new country that they've adopted. But what the world has forgotten about is the second generation, those who come after. I mean, they're still outsiders to the society that they came into.
But then they're outsiders from the country that they came from.
Not only are they outsiders, they've never been there. They don't know anything about their culture.
Yeah.
So what are they left with? They're left with nothing, and it's people like this who feel such a strong disattachment to everything, who are likely to take drastic actions to find meaning again.
Mm-hmm.
And one of these have unfortunately been to go join militant groups and fight for causes that they don't really believe in.
Yeah.
And that's the great tragedy of this generation. People have been left.
Misplaced.
They just don't have a home. And I think your answer to my question was quite appropriate, because that's quite the way I feel as well, and the way I feel like the world should feel. Yeah. I will impose my opinion upon everybody.
You have no other choice.
Well, it's in the French tradition. So yeah, I think that the day where I can be anywhere on the planet and feel at home, that'll be a great moment, not only for me but also for the planet as a whole. If anybody can just feel at home wherever they are, and if that is made possible by the way we've changed ourselves, the way we've adapted to this new world that we live in, the world we live in now, it has nothing to do with the world of 30 years ago. It's people have to start realizing, and before people make stupid decisions. I mean, that's what young people are made for.
Yep.
Yeah. And to be honest, I feel like we should just identify with the world in particular, because I mean, we're pretty much one as a species. Well, we should be, at least. I mean,
should be more united than we are.
Yeah, like we're the only species capable of significant communication, and yet after thousands of years of dominance over the planet, we still don't know that much about each other, which is sad beyond words, really.
It's very tragic that is the current status that we're in. However, it doesn't have to be the future. If we go,
I mean, I think it's inevitable that we don't think of this world, the planet, as a home. I mean, that's taking a big step. But I mean, there's different degrees. Like, you could think of your home as just a country in particular, or a city, or if that fails, just your home, or if that fails again, at least you still have yourself. You know, your own body, the limitations of your own flesh. That's the only real home you'll ever have, no matter what.
Indeed, it'll be the thing that will have the chance of outlasting
pretty much anything you live through. Like,
yeah.
All the troubles we go through as teenagers. Seems pretty trivial compared to the idea of losing your own body. And I think that links back to what we talked about in global news.
Yeah.
We have to take care of each other, because I mean, our bodies is all we've got, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And those who can't even identify with their own bodies as their home, you have my deepest sympathies.
Well, I think that's a good part to end it on. I think that's a good part to end it on.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my interpretation of home. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
And now, let us go back to some sick electro swing.
Awesome. What do we have now, Mr. DJ Maestro?
My personal favorite ever, ever is Tape 5, German group, and the song is unbelievably smooth and
Upbeat.
I don't know if that's the right word for it, but enjoy it, people. It's called Cool Cat in Town.
It's late at night while the dogs are sleeping. She's leaving the cave and the wheels are turning. Dancing on ice, but the temperature's rising. She steps in the club and the walls are burning. There's a cool cat in town, never settled down. She loves chasing the dogs around. There's a new kid around, and she knows she is bound to be the leader of the whole rat pack. And she won't wait for the return of the Mac. There's a cool cat in town, never going down. One day she's even heading for the crown. A cool cat in town. Oh, play, baby. Cool cat. I dig what you're doing. She's back in town. When the cat's away, the mice are playing. They're messing around till they all start swaying. Down in the club where the giant is jumping. The birds and the bees and the hip chicks are swinging. There's a cool cat in town, never settled down. She loves chasing the dogs around. There's a new kid around, and she knows she is bound to be the leader of the whole rat pack. And she won't wait for the return of the Mac. There's a cool cat in town, never going down. One day she's even heading for the crown. A cool cat in town. Show the big dogs what to do. Play cats. There's a cool cat in town. Oh, believe me, no cat's cool as this kitty cat. Yeah. She won't wait for a new dog around. Who don't like some cats in town? A cool kid around. A cool cat in town. Oh yeah, baby.
So that was Cool Cat in Town by Tape 5. I actually really love that band. I've been listening to them for years. And I've been itching for the opportunity to share it with the world.
Good. I don't know what else to say besides good for that. There was great anticipation there. Hopefully people will actually listen to it past 6 minutes.
Yeah. Feels sad, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, we want to thank those who have listened for so long. We hope we helped you fall asleep.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that our job now? That's our job, yeah.
Yeah. Want to give a quick shout out for our friend in the US who's having a bit of trouble these days. So you're beautiful. Otherwise, we are about to announce the topic for next week, which is education systems around the world.
Awesome.
As for the music choice, we are going to talk about
German folk,
German folk,
death metal.
classical music,
That was another one.
rock and roll,
How could I forget?
and commercial
commercial
jingles.
jingles.
Like I don't even know. I know I'm the one who chooses these, but maybe I don't choose these.
Maybe they choose you.
Maybe they chose me. Commercial jingles. I don't actually even know a lot of those.
Neither do I. And they're like 10 seconds long, so expect very short intermissions then.
Yeah,
I think it can be done.
I think that would actually be a pretty cool one.
Yeah,
Please vote for it, guys.
do it.
Do it.
You won't.
You know, because there's rock and roll. Rock and roll.
Commercial jingles.
Well, there's also I think that this week has a really good choice. So.
I think this time it's going to be classical music. That's where I'm hedging my bets.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about that. I feel like it's more gonna be rock and roll.
Fair enough.
Anyways, that's about it.
Yeah.
Um,
Tune in next week, I guess.
yeah. See you guys.
Ciao.
Au revoir.